Chamkei tupchosiek chuk en Yashua Mesia. Ngesomane kitabutab ng'ong'utiet kurgetab 12 ko en 13 kekose kele kinerekyin baswetit bororietab Israel amun kisich Yashua Mesia. Ko ngesomane 14 komwoe kole kikikochi bororioniton bo Israel kekure sirutik kwondo kebebaik oeng cheu chebo kipsichit sikobit kotireren bong'atet nebo keriben oloton. Ngecheken ng'alechu ko kikeus bororietab Israel bounatet nekibo Rome en first century ko kiboiso Yahudik koba bororiosiek cheterter. Kingoit olimbo Europe ko kiusot icheket. Kingobit bororietab America ko kimwechi Yahudik chechang akonyor kalyet en oloton. En kenyitab 1917 ko kimwa emetab Britain netogu kele koba komiten ak emetab America en ripsetab emoniton bo Israel ko kisir barwet netai nekimwa kole ite ketoi bororietab Israel kokeny. En kenyitab 1948 ko kitangasan Israel bounatet kondochi Prime Minister netai nekikuren David Ben-Gurion. En kenyitab 1967 ko kinget emotinwek chebo Arabu koyom kopamian emoniton lakini kisindan en biret neo Israel bororiosiek chuton bo Arabu. Kenyisiek lo kobo choton kenyitab 1973 ko kiyom kora emotinwek chebo Arabu kopamian emetab Israel lakini kinyor kora biret neo. Kenyitab 1917 ye kisir emetab Britain barwet netai kole kitou bororietab Israel ko ngecheken ko ki kenyitab Jubilee. Ngecheken en kenyitab 1967 kora ko ki kenyitab Jubilee ne kiitikta Israel kiwotosiekyik. Kingobata kenyisiek lo wany en 1917 ko yu kakikipamian kora Israel en kokitesetai igorto nekikuren Yom Kippur o kikipamian emoniton ko kikichechi ko kimanai kiy kenyisiek lo kobo Jubilee. Inonyu kenyitab 2017 ko koitangasan president nebo America nekikuren Donald Trump kole nganasetab Jerusalem ko capital city nebo Israel. Konget kenyitab 1917 kora ko kenyitab Jubilee. Kenyisiek lo kong'eten yoton kenyitab 1923 ko kobeku igorto nebo keriosiek ko kokibokyi emetab Israel kora mogoitiek chekuren Hamas o kochechi konyas Israel kokakepamian komanai amune kotakomi ng'olyo. Kila kenyitab Jubilee ko kenyisiek lo cheisibu konyumnyum koyaak kiy kinetegei ne en yoniton. Kilyan sikobunyot noton ko setani koboisie bororiosiek chesurien Israel kopamiani Israel mising en kasarwek chebo igorwek. 1973 ko kitestai igorto nebo kakaikaet kuren Ebranic Yom Kippur ng'olyon nebo kounoton. En kenyiniton bo 2023 ko kipamian kora emoniton ko koikesugei igorto nebo keriosiek o ko sabato kora. Sabato isichuton ngokeren keker ko ki sabato chetai en arawet nebo 10. Iboru ne yon chekitupche. Na kokotestai borioniton kong'eten tarikit 7 arawetab 10 ko en tarikit 17 arawetab 10 ko konchol bomit en sipitalit nekikuren Al-Hali Hospital nekikuren Baptist Hospital. Nekikotyol bomit noton ko kimwa kele kowiru Israel bomit. Ot kindakas akane ole kalyan Israel kasikowir sipitalit. Ko kongetaketestai komwa Israel kole kama koechek yon bomit noniton ako ko baornatet. Osome en ng'alalaniton keker baornatet nekoko rorienyon nebo Israel kole koma koichek chekowire sipitalit koyayak kouni kikere sikobit aror ng'alek tuten konamgei ak noton.
Ya Allah! Ya Allah! Ya Allah! اسمع انجليزي
ngekere lo kororokunda kiyon ko biik chekoker ele wirtoito Israel bomisiek ko bau nonito. Netai ko indiker ele loldoo kiyon ko kou mwanik cheloldos, u tankit nebo mwanik nekalipukan akolal. Kit netai baornatet netai nongot neiboru kele nyumnyum kokomo Israel nekowir bominon. Ot ele konyonundo ko kakikeyon kit nekamakobunu speed nekao, ak ele loldoo kolole kou kit lole kou mwanik, mobois kou bomit kokwer ng'wony kolipkoni. Bomisiek chebo Israel ko ele boisioito kou ele kokwer ko ele loldoo kou ngokil kolal maat en bomisiek chebo Israel kolole maat kouno. Lakini ndiker nikan ko ele loldoo ko maat ineni tou ko kakikeyon kit nekotinye mwanik chechang. Baornatet netai neiboru kele mobo Israel kiyon. Kerchinen ak nono.
Israel strikes back.
Kerchinen bomisiek choniton. Nikan ko nyumnyum ko kit nekororokun netogu kele roketit nekowirto ama kowire Israel kowirto en Gaza. Ko ele kowirta rokotisiek, ngunon rokotisiek chekowirta nekit mut komuche kororok agenge. Ko amun roketisiek choton ko kit neikoin roketit kwo ko mwanik, ko kororok kotakochang mwanik ko noton nekanyo kolipukan en ng'wony koibut Sipitali konam koko asenet neten noniton. Wirset nebo Israel kou kioton.
A 12-story apartment.
Ingokele ot kolal maat ko ele loldoo kolole en oret neu
12-story.
Yes. Lakini nikan ko maat nekalal ine kitokotestai.
Apartment complex flattened by missiles fired from Israeli warplanes.
Ever since the
Kit neiboru ko nyumnyum komo Israel nekowirto bominoniton. Kit kora nekokoyai Israel ko kokobit ng'alechu komasib komwa kole ng'o. Koyai uchunguzi ak kotangasan kole koyai uchunguzi biik cheterter sikenai iman nebo inendet. Lakini grupit nebo mokoitiek nebo Hamas ak emotinwek kora chesapoteni icheket ko mong'ololen kole keyai uchunguzi. Mi chepyoset en yu nebo station nebo BBC nekokoyai ichek station kou CNN kokoyai, BBC kora kokoyai chetangazani news kokoyai uchunguzi akonyor tuguk cheokere akane ko bororietab Israel nekowir biik chekomi Sipitali.
explosion happened last night at around 7 p.m. local time, the BBC Verified team has been analysing all the images and video that have emerged. You can see where the hospital is located within Gaza City. And this footage shows what appears
Now, ndingai ko kit nekilele bombit nekowir Israel ko lalet nekolal kowitan
to be the courtyard car park of the hospital in flames. We've been able to establish that that's what it is from the shape of the buildings. Now, the Al Jazeera television...
Now, kin kororoku kiiton kinyokotyolen nebo Sipitali ko ki ot kiokere akane en television nebo Al Jazeera nekit saa mbili nebo lang'at ko kiimuche kotokis tugun cheu inoni ko memuche komenai chile kane.
Vision station was broadcasting live from Gaza at the time. You can see a series of bright lights in the air. We don't know exactly what these are. The Israeli army says there was a failed rocket launch by the...
Aya, ngiyai uchunguzi akotoku kele mi roketit. Komwoe ot asikarik chebo Israel kole lazima kingowirto roketisiek mokoitiek chebo Hamas ak chebo grupit age nekibore Islamic Jihad komi nemosich kimnotet kororokyi Sipitali.
Palestinian militant group Islamic Jihad. Then you can see a flash, and that's followed shortly afterwards by a big fireball.
Yes, togu kele kikiwirta roketit kobun yon ko bore misfire kororok en yu kororokyi Sipitali.
Our verification teams have looked at these images and can tell from the roofs and from other skyline details illuminated by the flames that it was in the main courtyard of the hospital. Next, they've been looking at daylight images taken this...
Now,
this morning, here you can see quite a lot of fire damage to the cars. But most of the buildings surrounding it are still mostly intact and
now, power na data again to wele mabombe wa Israel nigeret ina to sake bakori jo ko intact mo tingi na le bombe de wiru Israel ko windi chege ne bi chege jan got ko kweri negete ko putta gori gota kita ge gora
standing, and there's actually a relatively small crater.
Kita ge gora go indiger ge dinge no ko balin bombe ne non ya de le crater ko mao lagi di bombe de wiru Israel en dege ko kweru ngoy ko ban lege dinge no nege 3 meters lagi ni no de ko niger ko keri ge na mi nege mara ko 1 meter.
Now we've shown these images to
indiger gora gari sek to meter jutan ko kan lolyo gitu ko ndo ga bel mwani ko tinje roget no to wiru lagi do bombe ne ba Israel ko igo kweru ngoy ko tawir to gari sek ko loy gitu ko tawir to ko gari sek jege to mi sek je putta gori je mi tan
to a number of weapons experts, and while they couldn't come to a firm conclusion, several of them told us that if the explosion had been caused by the type of bomb normally used by Israeli forces, the crater would have been bigger and there would have been more damage to the buildings.
Kogo tagon asenet no proceed ko biten asena ne go wa ko bel ko barbig ko wan ke go tinya ko wata lagi the impact kogo mago.
One way of trying to establish what hit this hospital is by studying bomb or missile fragments at the scene, but our team on the ground and the team here haven't seen any.
Mulana yu da yo ba ge dai man ko yo joge do device CC ko yo to bi ko ge le go perta mo age le an ko bori oti ne go sila je ba isi ago wa ge Israel ko mi se ke ba isi se ge damage ne go no age to.
Now look at this image we found from last night.
Now me kita go ra ne to en ge asgari ke ba Palestine je mi tan Gaza
Of two men searching through the crater we showed you earlier.
Check the gari ko bombe ge ko kwen kwen de le bombe la ko rogetet go asgari jo Palestine ko to mi ki ne chenge e ko ba e bombe ko ba ko tinje gi ne ndo enda ne buren nei ne chu ba yo no tan ko kwen kwen ko bo cha lal o la ge go ngeto ko nge che do to ge nyo ge na ge le bombe ni ko ba e me tai no la ge to ge le gi go go tiol gi go ki ne bar jinga asgari ke ba Palestine ko ba chenge yo tan se go.
Their vest is from the Palestinian police, from the Explosive Ordnance Department. We don't know what, if anything, they recovered. The Islamic Jihad movement put out a statement today saying the explosion was caused by Israeli aerial bombing and claiming that they have the remnants of the explosive head.
Now, everybody of the Islamic Jihad is called remains. Go to your boat, me to get to it. So, whatever you might in the bomb in the Koban. Like Arabo, not and go to Jota. So big it around right there Juba Palestine police about Nalea bomb bisek to go here in
But they haven't yet provided any evidence of this.
Second annual kin numbo ya going on. And you will be no Jolene hospital, go you bought Patay Negabalo, who go to bomb bisek But take away Israel, go to get direction. We win. Go put us a negative Sipitali, Bara.
in Palestine, and on the right you can see the Baptist hospital. What is very clear from this footage is that the missiles are being launched, and a little while after the missiles have been launched from within Palestine, there was a
Yes. Po bisa jo wir to ke Israel, ko to ko minda go itjole barake agora rock Sipitali.
an explosion at the Christian Baptist hospital. Now, there is no evidence that any missile was launched from Israel directly towards that hospital.
Mabi baura det gelo go wir to Israel po bisa ke sai no to. O te kete bi ba sa lo mo bole. Asgari ko ke bangwan, te ba bari, te ba intege se ko mabi po mi se ko wir to sai se choto.
But you are looking at footage of a launch site within Palestine and then the explosion happening at the Christian Baptist hospital.
Now, to be there, the logo will name Magoy Tiako, the so in Israel go to be Sipitali, Yan, go is over, but I want to get Jumum go it to form the Luyan, and Mossig in the Tenamat of
And the missiles are clearly being directed in the direction of the Christian Baptist hospital. And the explosion is taking place at the exact time it would have taken for a minute.
Yes. Side go with the Magoy Tiako, Miss I Norton, nature bomb, over Magoy Tiag, who go with the open Sipitali, Barak.
Missile to go from the launch site to the hospital.
Go, take it to about your new Tane in Ayat do nothing, about physics and the proper projectiles or the Maborodi of Israel. Never wins the time. About 10 or get Kibody or Tinig, Jewy the Borodi of Israel. Or we peak your command. See, I get 2 legend 4 years for yet nay laugh about Israel. When you are saying that no, just a go about peak. Kita notice Israel, kige ke le boru jane tan, negi se lain thore te samasya, ne yagi kak te ne de, potun ke nyoru sabada koige. Kita sa jagi tupje, ke somji ganase ta Jerusalem. Kalie, ogotu gujugo de te ke le negi tunyo lai thore ne nyon, ya samasya. Pasombe jagi tupje wara si subscribe ne nyon, mi video no jeru wara en kuni. Ne ko ye boru surut en yu aso bani kita buta ngawu te tamana wain ko to wanyiman kele emet negi go muk to inde why by yet kurene geres a responsibility to protect the nation of Israel ko by emet age go baten emet aba America bi video no jeru en ku ne dei boru baturu re emet aba America emet tu barai
Now protecting Israel from another enemy that's been firing cruise missiles. The American destroyer on patrol in the Red Sea south of Israel locked on 3 missiles and several drones launched out of Yemen.